Welcome to the NJIT website and math podcast. My name is Vanessa, and today I'll be covering reciprocals. Reciprocals have a couple of different names, and they basically apply to any non-zero real number. And a reciprocal can also be called an inverse, and the technical term is also known as the multiplicative inverse because of the special property that numbers have with their inverses. So let me just go over the property that applies to it. And it's called the multiplicative property. Now basically what this property says is that if you were to take some number, which we'll call a, and multiply it times its inverse, which is 1 over a, naturally the a's would cancel out and you'd be left with 1. And that's always the case when you take any number and you multiply times its inverse, you're always going to get 1. And so let's go over what what inverses actually are, or reciprocals. So if you have a number, like a, any number and if it's not a fraction, you can always refer to it as a over 1. Any whole number always has a denominator of 1. Its inverse is just, you flip it. So in this case, it's 1 over a. So let's go over some examples of that. So say we wanted to find the reciprocal of the number 3. Again, whole numbers naturally by default have a denominator of 1. So if we wanted to find the reciprocal of 3, just flip it. So our reciprocal is just 1 over 3. And the good check is that if you want to multiply them, 3 over 1 times 1 over 3, the 3's cancel out, so you're left with 1. And that's what proves the multiplicative inverse property, that inverses, the multiplication of inverses equal 1, as long as that the number is not 0. That's a very important stipulation to the property, that the number cannot be 0, because a 0 does not have its own inverse. Because if you multiply any number times 0, you get 0, not 1. So 0 is not included in this property, which is why I said in the beginning that reciprocals only apply to non-zero real numbers. So let's do one more example of a reciprocal. Say we had the number -3 over 4. Here it's a simple fraction, so again, same thing. You want the inverse, you need to flip it over. And don't worry about negatives, because a negative can exist either in the numerator or denominator. So in my opinion, it's best to just take it out and put it separately from the fraction. So then if you flip it, it's just simply -4 over 3. And if you want to test it out, 3 over 4 times 4 over 3. The 3's cancel, so do the 4's, and everything becomes a 1, so equals 1. And that's all reciprocals are. They're just simply the inverses, or flipping over the number to get the inverse. So thank you for visiting the NJIT website. If you need any further assistance, please stop by the CAPE, or the Center for Academic and Professional Enrichment, located in Kupfrian Hall, room 200. Good luck in your studies.